fresh up run. She's won 2 recent trials and the work has been excellent. We're going now to Australia to have a replay of race number 1, the Qantas Handicap over 2,200 metres.
Inside the first to come out, Trista King began a little bit awkwardly. Comitatus are out, Fox and Gold Sovereign. Here comes the leader, St Alban, whizzing over from the outside, and Bay Tram's going up. They sort themselves out at the 1900. St Alban goes to the lead. Comitatus is racing second. Long Tan third on the inside. They're out, Fox and Bay Tram out very wide. Now Trista King's got into a lovely position. He's sixth on the inside. I think the Gold Sovereign, Mr. Enforcer a bit deep, and Sports Kingdom on the rail. Then Del Coronado on the inside of Grass Valley. He's over in a good spot, one off the fence, two to Rare and Brave. Then came Rembimbui on the inside of Maxim. Mapley Stars a mile back from Coast Affair, Brilliant Poet. And then Grey Serenity on the inside of Double Glaze, and last is Silent March, 20 lengths from the leader, which is St Alban at the 1400 metres. 3 parts are out, Fox. Comitatus third, Long Tan fourth on the rail, a length away, Bay Tram fifth in the middle. Trista King sixth the inside, Mr. Enforcer travels 3 deep. A length the Gold Sovereign outside, Sports Kingdom, and 2 to Del Coronado on the inside of Grass Valley. A similar margin, Rare and Brave on the inside of Brilliant Poet, and Double Glaze going up 3 wide. A length and a half the Coast Affair on the outside of Maxim, followed by Silent March. G. Mapley Stars a mile back with a 61. It's third last, followed by Rembimbui, and Grey Serenity whips them in. Down the side, 800 out from the judge. St Alban a halfs are out, Fox. A length and a half the Long Tans at a nice cover on the inside of Comitatus and Bay Tram. Trista King still smothered away, sixth on the inside of Mr. Enforcer, then Gold Sovereign. They're followed then by Sports Kingdom racing through on the inside of Double Glaze, followed by Brilliant Poet. Grass Valley's going through in between runners, followed by Rare and Brave, Silent March, and Mapley Stars a mile back. Into the straight, the leader Comitatus 4 away from the fence, went up the tackle, Bay Tram. They're followed by Trista King, pulled to the outside, then Sir Out Fox, Gold Sovereign, and here's Brilliant Poet coming from a long way back. Dipman cut loose on Trista King at the 250. It went up to take the lead, Bay Tram on the fence, and Brilliant Poet the outside. Brilliant Poet, Trista King and Bay Tram, but on the outside, Brilliant Poet's just in front, Bay Tram and Trista King. The 3 of them are coming to the line. Bay Tram on the fence, a nose, I think. Bay Tram on the fence, a nose, Trista King, and a nose, Brilliant Poet. Close up, Double Glaze and Grass Valley, followed by Long Tan, Del Coronado, and then came Comitatus, followed then by Rembimbui, then came Mapley Star, St Alban, Sports Kingdom, followed by Maxim, Rare and Brave, Gold Sovereign, Silent March. Gee, there's got to be a few more. Here's a couple, Coast Affair, Grey Serenity, Mr. Enforcer, and Sir Out Fox's tail right off.
Well, courtesy of Qantas, what a grandstand finish. It looked as if perhaps number 11, Bay Tram, ridden by Len Hill, may have taken it. In a close photo from Trista King and Mick Dipman, the full brother to Gooners Lane and Sovereign Red may make do with second, and number 19, Brilliant Poet, the New Zealander, had trained by John Wheeler, may run third. Noses everywhere. Number 2 here has taken out race 8 from Ashburton. That's Kiwi. It was taken out, I think, by number 11, Bay Tram, at $5.90 and $2.85. Len Hill was the rider. Number 16, Trista King, has run second for Dipman at $2.25, and number 19, Brilliant Poet, ran third, the Wheeler runner, at $7.90. The 11-16 Quinella, $22.75. The 11-16-19 Trifecta, $751.75.
And welcome back to Wanganui as we head in towards the sprint.
Our next race from Australia, the Qantas Long Reach Handicap, 1 Bowel at $12.95, $6.25, 2 Alderson at $10 and $3.75. Ferragamo, trained by Alan Jones, Kathy Tremaine riding at $8.45 and $2.95. 4 Prio away from the Couchman stable at $6.25 and $2.05. 5 Sir Willie Montague, also a New Zealander, at $9.60 and $2.90. Mick Dittman aboard. Inside Newitt. Half of New Zealanders there. Inside Newitt, 11.70, 4.75. Taos number 7 at 13 and 3. Unequalled is at 25 and 5.90. Gold Cup, another one of the Kiwis, at 5.15, 2.65. Social Rule at 42 and 10. Zephyral, 24 and 5.70. Vital Consent, 20 and 6. Dutch Boy at 36 and 9. Quadrant, 11 and 3.30. And Strictly Ballroom, 44 and $9.70. Palais de Louvre at 65 and 12, and great odds for Perfect Harmony, and Roseberry Flash at 119 and 28 the place. 4:05 the race start time for our next race from across the Tasman at Eagle Farm in Brisbane. But I'm joined here at Eagle Farm And this is race number 2 on the New Zealand TAB. And quite a few New Zealanders in the event, including Sir Willie Montague, and also Gold Cup, who's the one that's giving a bit of bother around at the start. And also in there as well is Prieur Way from the Couchman stable. The Aussie odds for the event, and they're not too far away from the start. 9, 15, 14, the judges call in race 9 here at Ellerslie, emphasising that it is very close for third between Racing Star and Red Baron. So we're about set to go at Eagle Farms, the second race on the New Zealand TAB. Let's join our race caller.
Starting signal given, lights are on. Ready to go. And they're racing. Gee, it was an even start too, with Ensign Hewitt from the outside, one of the first to ping out, and Perfect Harmony began quickly. Zephyr Island, Vital Consent well away, and Quadrant's handy in the early part. Now settling fully into stride, Perfect Harmony in front from Ensign Hewitt. Quadrant's up running third. Ferragamo fourth on the inside, and Zephyr Isle travelling 3 deep early. So is Barrel in the next line. Outside, Vital Consent and Social Rule getting a good run on the fence. A length and a half to Sir Willie Montague, racing on the inside of Gold Cup, and out wide is Alderson, then Dutch Boy Unequal, followed by Strictly Ballroom, then Roseberry Flash and Teos from Prieur Way, and last Palais de Louvre. At the 800, Perfect Harmony, Wonder Ensign Hewitt, Wonder Ferragamo, Wonder Quadrant fourth. Social Rule 50 inside from Zephyr Isle, Vital Consent the middle. The grey is Willie Montague on the fence from Barrel, travelling wide with Alderson and Gold Cup between runners. On the fence, Dutch Boy from Strictly Ballroom, followed by Unequaled and Teos, Prieur Way, Roseberry Flash, and last Palais de Louvre. On the bend, 450 out, Perfect Harmony, a half to Ensign Hewitt. Racing third, Ferragamo. Social Rule about to pull to the outsiders, coming home well. Quadrant's under the whip, then Sir Willie Montague trying to get into the clear from Vital Consent. Social Rule went up at the 250 metre mark, the joint Perfect Harmony. Ferragamo getting the run on the fence, then Quadrant, but Social Rule hit the front with 100 metres to go. Ferragamo the inside, but Social Rule's going better than Ferragamo, coming away, and Social Rule beat Ferragamo. Third, Sir Willie Montague. Unequal ran home strongly from Perfect Harmony, Vital Consent, Quadrant, Ensign Hewitt, Strictly Ballroom, and Teos together from Zephyr Isle. Gold Cup never got in the call. Alderson, Dutch Boy, Roseberry Flash, Palais de Louvre, and Prieur Way, and Barrel is last to pull up.
So there you've seen the Eagle Farm fourth race, 10 Social Rule getting home, ahead of 3 and 5. Those are the unofficial placings, of course, in that race from Eagle Farm. So you can see 10 Social Rule just getting the upper hand as the winning post came up. Ferragamo getting up on the inside. Might have been a bit unlucky. Ferragamo didn't get the run early enough. But Social Rule just holding it out as it got down to the line. And it looks like Willie Montague, number 5, the grey, getting into third place. So meanwhile, with
Number 2 from Australia was taken out by number 10 Social Rule in the hands of Larry Olsen, paid $22.80 and $6.75. Number 3 Ferragamo and Kathy Tremaine at $3.20 and $5. The other New Zealander, Sir Willie Montague, and Mick Dittman at $3.75. The 3 and 10 Quinella, $102.65. The 10-3-5 Trifecta, $4,541.35. Race number 10 from Ashton 3, the Topax Products Plate. Number 1 Noble Task, Michael Clark at $6.65 and $2.55. Number 2 Big Baron, Danny Brereton at $14.70 and $4.80. 3 Paris Trout, Peter Mertens at $4 and $1.50. Number 4 is Swift Talent, Dean Mott at $11.90 and $2.85. Number 5 Check That Style, Craig Williams at $14 and $4.60. Number 6 Grey Alex, Stephen Baster at 12 and 3. Number 7 Lord Keitel, Wayne Trelaw at $9.70 and $3.30. Number 8 Skytel, John Didham at $10.65 and $4.95. Number 9 Explode, Dale Short at $9.40 and $3.40. 10 is Moralin Strike, Peter Nucky at $27 and $7.35. 11 Been Dancing, Vic Durick at $13.50 and $5.20. 12 and 13 are out. Number 14, Billingsford, Jim Patton at $42 and $13. 15, Our King's Ransom, Eddie Kassar at $46 and $11.30. Number 16, Park Avenue, S. Highland at $24 and $9. Number 17, Samurai Prince, Sally Wynn at $43 and $9.90. And 18, Mr. Breamley, A. Allen Finlay at 86 and 17. Having a look at the Australian market, down there, Big Baron, Noble Task, the New Zealander, a fair bit of support there. Paris Trout, another Kiwi horse ridden by Peter Mertens today, 5 to 2. Down there, Grey Alex from 9s into 8s, and Explode at 5 to 1. It's good odds on offer for that page. So that is the market for Australia race number 3. We've got 2 greyhound meetings. And race 3 is from Sandown in Melbourne, the Taupax Plate. Having a look at some of the market over there, useful odds on that page. Noble Task, the New Zealander, trained by Mike Pittman at Pakenham over there, a 6-year-old by Noble Bijou, and Noble Task number 3 will be ridden by Michael Clark. We've got our audio available. Let's cross to Australia.
Explode, the rider maybe out of the saddle here on this one. Vlad Jurek went berserk in the stall, and the rider at the back standing up well, Billingsford. Paris Trout still rearing, very agitated this one. Been Dancing still giving trouble here. Waiting for, hello, it looks like coming out. There's the warning siren. So we'll stand by. Will no doubt be a late scratching here. Been Dancing, there's the rider out of the saddle. And Been Dancing, as soon as they get it out, I'm sure we'll have the announcement to the effect that the horse will come out. Very stirred up, as you saw there, Been Dancing. Been Dancing, a late scratching, please note. Late scratching, Been Dancing. As soon as they get it out of the stalls, they'll be on their way. 2:31 official scratching time, taken out by the stewards. Been Dancing now out of the stall and moving down the track, and the others all set to go. Been Dancing, the late scratching at 2:31, and they're ready for a start. Samurai Prince, the inside runner. Rest of the field stand up well. Paris Trout, favourite on the tote, as the starter says go, and they're away to a good start too. Samurai Prince on the inside commenced well, so did Grey Alex and Mr. Brimley. Billingsford down the outside, Check That Style, Lord Keitel, Swift Talent behind them, Noble Task and Paris Trouter. Sky Tell, Park Avenue's on the inside, Big Baron being hunted up early and tailing out to last. Marillion Strike going out of the straighter. Samurai Prince the leader by a length in advance of Grey Alex on the inside of Billingsford, and very deep is Check That Style. Over on the inside, Mr. Brimley, followed by Lord Keitel, Explode. A length further back in the field, a Big Baron. Then further back, Our King's Ransom, followed by Park Avenue on the inside of Paris Trouter. 2 lengths to Swift Talent. They're followed closely by Sky Tell. Next to last, Noble Task, and last of all, Marillion Strike. 15 lengths covering the field, racing into the back, just over 1,400 metres left to go. It's Samurai Prince by a length to Grey Alex, a length and a half. Mr. Brimley on the inside of Billingsford. Check That Style is racing about 3 off the fence, around the outside of Explode, and over on the rails, Lord Keitel. A length and a half to Big Baron. They're followed by Paris Trot, who's caught deeper, and he was followed by, on the inside, Park Avenue and Our King's Ransom. 2.5 lengths to Swift Talent, Sky Teller. A long way back, second last is Noble Task, and last of all, Marillion Strike. They're racing down the hill, and they've got 1,100 metres left to travel. Samurai Prince the leader, led about 2 lengths to Grey Alex, a length and a half. Billingsford followed closely over on the inside by Mr. Brimley. Check That Style, Exploder, and they're followed by Lord Keitel. Big Baron is next, a couple of lengths away. Then on the outside to Paris Trout, Our King's Ransom. Park Avenue back behind them. Swift Talent being called upon for an effort, and still a fair gap in the field of Sky Tell, followed by Noble Task, and Marillion Strike is still last of all. 600 metres left to go. Here's a great duel for the leader, and Grey Alex has gone up very quickly on the outside to tackle Samurai Prince. They've got away 2 lengths ahead of Billingsford, being followed then by Explode, and Check That Style very wide as they straighten up. Our King's Ransom back behind them. Lord Keitel, a long gap to Swift Talent. Noble Task is a long way back, and so is Paris Trouter. Grey Alex on the outside has hit the front here from Samurai Prince, and finishing well now is Explode. Explode looking the big danger as they come inside the 200 metre mark. Explode has raced up. Grey Alex is battling on well on the inside, but Explode takes the lead. Close to home is clear now of Grey Alex. Coming down the outside, Sky Tell, but Explode wins it from Grey Alex and Sky Tell. Paris Trout close behind them, followed the next time in the event there by Samurai Prince and Swift Talent. And further back is Park Avenue, followed by Big Baron. And back behind the Meridian Strike and our King's Ransom. Noble Task was never in the hunt, Billingsford. And Lord Keitel is last of all.
9, 6 and 8, the result of the unofficial placings of that event from Sandown. We'll have the placings and dividends for you shortly. About a minute to go to the Queensland Oaks, and they're the odds for on the New Zealand TAB. And, Circles of Gold at 365, 155, Moonshine at 15 and 420, Ladybird Blue at 785 and $2.20. Some good odds for numbers 8 and 9, well supported 6 Pro Ann and 7 Joey Denise. So we're going to go to Queensland now, to Eagle Farm, in fact, for the Queensland Oaks, and we'll have the dividends